I also noticed you have something at your table for Hodgkin's lymphoma. It looks like it's a mobile app that you can download,
Yeah.
and I understand it comes in English and in French.
Yeah.
And so tell me about the mobile app and what we can do with this.
This is more for social support for the patients, so that patients know what they can ask for, what they can do, and it's in a different way. And I always say, try to find out, because by finding out how it works, you learn a lot of how you can cope with the disease, how you can live better with the disease. And I mean, the good thing is that the Hodgkin lymphomas are the best curable lymphoma subtypes, if you say so. They have almost 90% of possibility to be cured. What's not with the other lymphomas.
Yeah.
And for us, it's also very important because everyone knows about leukemia. If you mention leukemia, everybody has a picture in their mind, you know what it is or what it could be. But lymphomas, it's so diffuse, they really can, you know, touch it. You don't have the possibility to feel it like in a solid tumor, for example.
Right,
and so
right.
you have really to make a lot of information education.
Yeah. So how is technology, you have a mobile app, but you know, you have websites, and you know, you've been working in advocacy for many years. Do you see more people using technology? You know, I think you can't replace the face-to-face or the human interaction. But technology with websites and apps can help support the human touch and the human interaction. Do you see that to be true?
Yeah, that's true, but I try to explain. Many people find us on the website, but they are getting the telephone or sending emails that they want to have more information, more deeply information. And I think our face-to-face meetings are much more effective for them. And what I also find, even if everything is on the web, you can download it. But having the papers, you know, it's not so nice haptic to have in their hand. And many of our patients are asking for booklets because then they don't need electricity. They can go in the garden. They can go even in some room. They are very private. They don't need to have any electricity or technic equipment, so they can really go page by page.
Yeah.
And I always wonder, because everyone tells me you don't need any booklets anymore, it's old-fashioned, but I always have to make reprints because the people ask for this, and the doctors distribute them as well.
Yeah. You know, I'm happy to see more and more of the pharmaceutical and biopharmaceutical companies really wanting to work with advocacy organizations like yours to really understand the patient. I think you hit on a couple of good points of getting that patient involved in setting up the trial is so important. Do you see more of the pharmaceutical companies really wanting to understand the patient?
Yeah.
And wanting and reaching out to work with your organization?
Yeah, and I think it's something we always have to fight against. Not the pharma companies are using us. We are using also the pharma companies.
Yeah.
It is a win-win situation, and I hate when some big articles are in the medias, you know, that we are the spokesperson for the companies. Maybe it has been in the how do you say, the old times. Mm-hmm. But since we are really grown up as patient advocates, mm-hmm. we are able to fight for the right for the patients like we want, and not that anyone does. But I think the partnership is so important, because pharma companies can learn from us, but we need them to research for better medication, and we only can change something if we tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it's good. I mean, there are some obstacles still what we should delete, because we are still not treated like a physician, for example. We are still patients,
Yeah.
or patient representatives. And I think the difference in Europe to explain that a patient advocate is much more different than a patient representative has to come in the mind, not only by the companies, but also by the politicians.
Yeah.